Our guest today is a man who has made so many break in the entertainment industry. From being a successful comedian, he's a successful entertainment entrepreneur because I remember when he started his show, no, a lot of people did not give him the kind of chance and the kind of thing he has done with the show. I don't think Easter can be complete without our guest in Nigeria today, and he has taken the show round the world. His break into Nollywood was like play, and from doing
10 days.
was it 10 or 30 days?
30 days in Atlanta.
From doing 30 days in Atlanta, he has gone to Jamaica, he has gone to South Africa,
Merryman.
he has done Merryman 1, 2, 3.
You already know who we're
And
talking about.
so you already know who our guest is. Our guest is AY. And from taking us to Atlanta, Sun City, and Jamaica, and doing Merryman 1, 2, 3, he wants to serve us something very special this Christmas with the waiter. I remember his last film. What's the name of that film on Al Majeri? I think the movie is Al Majeri.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cleared Bon
lots
Awards
of awards
at that time.
Yeah.
So today we have on the show AY. AY, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much from Atlanta, Jamaica, to joining you on the phone from Lekki.
In case you don't know, AY, professionally known, Ayo Deji Makun, professionally known as AY, is a Nigerian actor, comedian, radio and television presenter, and film director who was born on 19 August. AY received his education at Delta State University. He graduated as a theater arts student, and AY came into spotlight when he was Ali Baba's personal assistant and event manager. He wrote Going AY Wire as a guest columnist in The Sun. AY is the oldest male child from a family of 7, and I must say successful siblings because I know about 3 or 4 of them.
Some are into events, some are into fashion.
fashion.
They're basically entertainment. It's an entertainment family, so to say.
So let's start this way, AY. Why are you serving us drinks this time in this Christmas with the waiter?
Oh, well, I've kept people waiting, and they have been waiting for it. So it's time to say food is ready. But before then, I will say that there was a need to just reflect on the occurrences in society. And the waiter is a story that tells the true present Nigerian situation. And there's no better way to tell our story than to put it in the form of movies, knowing fully well that it is a reality that has engulfed us. So I just felt the need to tell a story about it, and that's what the waiter is all about. It doubles with the fact that I was once a waiter in real life. I mean, and coming from that background and seeing where I am today is also a way of giving a lot of people hopes out there, believing that you can become somebody like, you can also become a hero, just doing what you love to do best, especially when you pay your dues, make the right sacrifices, have that sense of direction, have the right, motivation. And here we are with the waiter.
Okay. Now, before the waiter, you've made a lot of movies that I remember that you were the first person to sell 150 million. Then I remember very well Ben Bruce doing a video to celebrate you when you did that 150 million. How do you feel now that people are making 1 billion, people are making 350 easily, 250 easily? How does that make you to feel?
Oh, let me tell you what I realized about making that money. Now, there are a lot of factors you put in place when the currency at the time, exchange rates, and what have you at the time you were making that money. So I was in an interview in Atlanta, and then it took a foreigner to make me know my worth, even if I didn't have a clear vision of what my worth is. So it was saying to me that as one of the box office boxes. I said, no. There's a new. We have people who are like the new box office, and then they did the analysis. No, when that announcement was made by Ben Bruce, it was AY making over $1 million in Nigeria cinemas at the time. Over $1 million. So Olivoma, they tell me now, say, when you come to America, we still rate it that you have made over $1 million that these same people are making today. You made it 10 years ago. And then you made that money at the rates that your currency applied at the time. So when you people cross the border with that your currency that doesn't have value, your value remains strong even in America because you made the same amount 10 years ago. So if you convert that your amount in present time, you're even bigger than people who have made that money in the box office.
Nice analogy.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's an interesting analogy. That's an interesting analogy. So I wanted to ask a question about the waiter. I know you have a web series that dwelled on waiter. I think it was shot in a pub in a hotel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, called to buy.
Exactly, called to buy. Do we envisage, some of the characters we've seen in that in your new film?
No, it's different. It's different in the sense that, but I love to play around my growth process before getting into the industry. So if you see all the stories that I've been able to put out, the Akbar story is a normal, worry boy kind of story who gains exposure. It comes from somewhere, from a background. The waiter, Called to Batu, was as a result of me working at the NFPC Junior Staff Club as a waiter, bartender, and that formed all of it. And then if you realize that I did 10 days in Seoul City, it was a story of a beauty queen. It's also coming from the background of me organizing the campus beauty pageant back in the day, and the stories that goes with it, with all these big men asking for whatnot. And I put the story like that. So if you look at the reflection of everything that I put out, it comes from a realistic background. And that's why I have some sort of, sentimental attachment to the stories that I tell. And of course, the waiter has a bit of the Kotoba flavor, but in a more extended, more pronounced way. And then we're now relating it to stories that happens to every normal Nigeria in this present economic state that we have found ourselves.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, Bros AY, I would take you back to Merrymen. You took a huge leap by incorporating action scenes into movies in Nollywood, and I know that you worked with Suleiman Ogebo, that's Spotlight. You actually brought him in all the way from Abuja, I think, to Lagos to sequence the scenes, and you actually took them through training. Why did you decide to take that leap, especially when it was not exactly popular, at the time?
Nigeria is blessed with different talented human resources, like I always say to people. Based on that, if you have the ability to notice a creative, individual, it is your duty, if you have a platform, to find a way to bring them come on board. And when you create that opportunity for them, you have given them inroads into the industry. And when they come in, they become rulers. Like the name you mentioned now is a name to reckon with. As at that time, it was just a regular guy who did a regular video on Instagram that was spotted. But right now, he is a force to reckon with. You don't want to go the route of making action films or doing things that is related to actions without incorporating, its expertise. So for me, doing that is just me opening up, find a way to make the discovery and find a way to expand it as well. And not just in movies. It's something I've done in the comedy industry as well, by creating the AY's Open Mic Comedy Challenge that has probably given inroads to a good number of comedians in the industry today.
Okay, for the waiter, do we expect more than one franchise? I mean, considering your last film had 3 franchises, which is Merryman 1, 2, 3. Are we expecting a sequel to it? I know it's not yet out, but
the way it works, as somebody in the creative space, we also believe that the piper dictates the tune, and the piper in this case is the viewers. The people who spend their money. There's a way they would like it. There's a way they would take over the social media space, asking for more, like Oliver Twist. And of course, why not? When the music is good, you play it twice.
AY, when you were making 150 million then, and then subsequently, I know that apart from I think one of your movies even made over 300 million, if I'm right.
Yes, of course.
At that time, what you need to do well in the cinema was to make a good movie, do a few marketing, get some of the cast to do meet and greet. But these days, you have to dance, and you have to do a lot of skits. You understand? Now, you have decided to release your movie at the time when it's like going into the lion's den. Does that make you nervous that you're releasing your movie at a time when there's a lot of competition? Does it make you nervous?
It doesn't make me nervous one bit. First of all, we must understand something that a lot of people don't even know about AY. There are a lot of people out there who don't even have a basic understanding of my background. I'm a trained theater artist. And as a theater practitioner, there's one belief system that we have. One, no matter what, the show must go on. No matter what. You might just get a call, you lost somebody this minute, or something is happening. The show must go on. So for me, embracing that showbiz stamina, and coming from the perspective of somebody who has been there, coming from the perspective of somebody who has been there, not just being there for the fun of it, somebody who has been there, that a lot of people that you are saying that will form the competition to bring about some sort of fear or withdrawal, knowing fully well that these were people who came to learn one or two things from you, it should give the information that I don't need to find myself in a position to be scared that, or I don't even see it as a competition in the first place, because I just believe that the sky is wide enough for everyone to fly. And as a matter of fact, December is engulfed with so many holiday moments. And then you know what people say about variety being the spice of life. So you make a decision. I want to navigate to the right, or I want to go to the left. Today, I may just make a decision. I want to go see a teen line. Tomorrow, if you have the money, you can say, that same person will say, I want to go see Everybody Love Jenifa, or I want to go see The Waiter, or I want to go see, the other titles that we have out there. So it all depends. And you and I know that when you do your research, people have a certain kind of film that they like. You would not lose your audiences in that regard. And there are people who also love another kind of film. You will not lose them. It's just like if we relate it to the game of football. There are people who will say categorically that we are Arsenal fans. And there are people who say we are Man U fans. So what is important is that you play your league, you play to your patterns, and then you win. That's it. So for me, it's a personal goal. Me trying to beat my former record, me trying to improve, and doing what I love to do, and don't see myself as someone in any form of competition.
Okay. So in terms of beating your own record, I remember that in 2022, even before Almajiri was released, it got recognition, and I know that it won about more than a dozen awards. Aside Best of Nollywood awards, it won awards at Toronto International and the festival. I think it won about 12 awards at that festival. So with the waiter coming out now, what's your projection in terms of awards? I know that of course you have a record already. What's your projection?
The waiter is going to go places. You won't understand it until you go to the cinema to see the waiter. For those of you who are around the Ikeja axis, for example, if you go to the cinema and see the waiter, you would call my number and say, AY, you did this one. And as a matter of fact, if you are in the social media space as we're talking right now, you see the player alone. You see the balls going. Because people, when you see something for within 2 minutes, you can tell the direction that this story is going. You can tell the level of fetus, the level of strength that the product itself is going to exhibit. And having all of that in mind, knowing fully well that I am the executive producer of this one, and also somebody who is not new to the box office, who has won back-to-back, crossing a certain milestone, and also as somebody who has been the most consistent box office personality, trust me, this one won't be an exception.
Okay. AY, there's no way we are going to talk about this without talking about the current controversy about the Netflix streaming platform. It all started when Kunle at the Zuma Film Festival said that Netflix were no longer doing originals in Nigeria. I know you've not done a Netflix original, but you've had about 5 or 6 of your film licensed on the network. I want to ask you, were you looking forward to doing an original with them before this happened? And how does what has happened, how do you see it?
Okay, first of all, I want to say that Netflix, they have come out to debunk a major part of the story, but you and I know that, for every story like that, there's always an atom of truth lying somewhere. So Netflix saying what they're saying now is coming from the perspective of those people who probably had their direct dealings with them in that regard. But I had a meeting with Netflix not too long, but it was never mentioned to me that they were opting out of business in this part of the world. I think the last meeting we had was them discussing my next project, what I'm doing and how they can be a part of it. So I also don't want to believe strongly that they have left Nigeria. There's no way they would leave like that, the way people are saying it. They are not leaving. The truth is, if you are doing business in a particular region and you are not making money and you're spending even much more than you're making, there is if the number doesn't count, you will go and re-strategize. You will go back to your drawing board. What are we doing? What are we not doing? What are we spending on that we need to, put a break to? And that's what's going on with their structure and system. I know they'll definitely make that announcement and come back. And most of these things does not really deal with the filmmakers alone. It has to do with us as Nigerians put together. You can take, for example, the subscription base for Netflix in a country that has a population of over 2.6 million. 200. Then you now compare that to what they are making, 300, about subscription base of about less than 300,000. So there's a leakage somewhere that needs to be corrected. So in as much as they are looking for strategies to correct that, because if the money is not, if you're not having turnover, then why are you spending? You remember back then, you see somebody with a password to Netflix, you can share with your uncle, share with your cousin, share with your girlfriend, share with your boyfriend, one password. And that was a problem too. So it has to do with Nigerians as well, not just the filmmakers. And moving on, I believe all of these can be resolved, and we'll find ourselves, doing better collectively.
I would want to ask, seeing how the Malcolm brothers are very, close and tight knit. You run like there's Larry Malcolm events. You are doing yours, and you're all doing it together. How important is family in business to you?
And there's your casual.
Yes, and there's your of course.
Yeah. Oh, Larry Malcolm event. Of course, anybody who knows AY Live, you know that there's no AY Live without Larry Malcolm event. So it goes beyond family. Incorporating family is good in business, but that incorporation must also define the fact that the family member must have sense and have head. It's not every family member that you incorporate into business. There are some family members that other family members will even warn you ahead of time. Toba, you're on your own. Don't call our numbers. So, but it has to do with upbringing and orientation, the fundamental orientation that was put in place by our parents. That's why it's always good to come out from good homes. So if you come out from a home that teaches unity, that teaches that connectivity, it's easier to plan together. And then when you do all of that together, you win together as well. So when people come and say, oh no, maybe it's because it's AY's brother, the brother must have used his influence. You and I know that there's a limit that your influence can play in the role of the people that you are bringing in. You must be results oriented. And now, apart from AY Live, is doing a lot of other events. And Yomi, on the fashion side, is winning and doing all the very, big gigs in town. This is coming from a very simple background, a background that is engulfed with training, a background that is engulfed with unity, and what follows is the winning process.
So, as we are rounding up, AY, I'd like to ask you, why should I see, there are 4 big movies coming out in the cinemas this December. Tell me a reason why I should spend my 7,500 to watch
The Waiter.
The Waiter.
The reason why you should do that already has an answer online. Just go online and look at the anticipation of what movie that people want to see after seeing the trailer or trailers of all these movies put together. And this is not just me trying to market myself, but I believe in feedback. Feedback is a definition of, what you have given to the people. And feedback is also a definition of what to expect. Personally, I'm asking myself, what do you expect from these people? Why would they spend their hard-earned money to come? But I'm seeing the results already. So without relegating any of the titles that I believe will equally do well, but I will tell you categorically that The Waiter will stand out.
Professor AY, lastly, let me just ask, as a professionally trained theatre artist, you have your hands in many pies. You're a comedian, you're an actor, a movie producer. Which would you say is your first love? Like when you wake up, is what you would do naturally. Which do you, or your your forte?
I have been asked this question over time. Now, because I am an all-encompassing showbiz personality, I just sit down and say to myself that I am an entertainer. Entertainer in the sense that I can navigate in this direction from being a director, from being a producer, for being the man in front of the camera, from doing stand-up comedy. It's just difficult. It's a total package. So, but I would give kudos to, my first love that gave me inroads into the space, which is stand-up comedy. When you build a brand for yourself, it's easier to navigate. It's easier to, get yourself involved in other parts of you to have a voice. for the people to see. So I can give it to stand-up comedy for doing all of that. But collectively, I will tell you that I wake up as an entertainer because I really don't know where the next bread is going to come from. Regardless, the money just comes from wherever I choose because I go into it deeply. I'm highly passionate about. I'm passion driven in the sense that if I say I even want to sing today and I don't have voice, you will hear my voice and you will write it off.
That was the last thing I was going to say. The way I was going to sign off this interview was that you've made a success of being an MC, a show promoter, an actor, a film producer. That the only thing that we are waiting for now is for you to end it with an album as a musician, and you just beat me to it. Thank you so much, AY.
I don't say I haven't sang. Who says I haven't sang?
Maybe we've not heard the album.
Don't worry. Let's stick to the one that God has put in our hands directly.
Thank you so much, AY. We look forward to being at the premiere on Saturday, and we look forward to the movie opening for Christmas.
Yes, and please, we must let them know that the waiter is going to be in cinemas nationwide from on the 20th of December.
All right. Thank you so much, AY.
Thank you. God bless you.
So, before we leave, Tommy has another message for us.
Okay, all right, listeners. Here's something big coming your way. Have you heard about Olani TV? It's the new game changer for African filmmakers and viewers, and it's launching February 25th, 2025. That's something big coming this new year. For all you producers out there, get ready to earn double what you are currently making with your content. I mean, Olani TV offers multiple compensation plans, upfront fees, bonuses for views, lifetime revenue on your subscription, and even rewards for high ratings. This is your chance to turn your creativity into consistent earnings. And for the viewers, you are in for a treat. Olani TV is giving you more entertainment content at a lower cost with authentic African stories you won't find anywhere else. The first 50 subscribers even get 6 months free. That's a lot. So mark your calendars now. Producers, start submitting your content, and viewers, get ready for entertainment revolution. For more information, visit www.olanitv.com or email info@olanitv.com.
That's OLA.
OLANITV.
That's it.
Oh, that's double I actually. OLANITV.
Olani TV.
OlaniTV.com.
All right. It's been an exciting 1 hour talking Nollywood as usual. It's a funny week. A lot of things are happening at the same time. Some people think that they want to abuse our dress, but our film is coming out on Friday.
We didn't abuse the dress.
And
we just gave our opinions.
And it's going to do very well.
The dress is actually similar to what Toomey is wearing.
Oh my! I mean, I'm twinning in the great daddy cast.
And then
You're walking a thin line.
Very thin line.
And then
Risky line.
remember that we all still love Jenifa.
We all love Jenifa.
And
We all love. Everybody loves
I've seen the
Jenifa.
movie, and I can tell you, if you see the movie and you don't like it, I'll return back your money to you.
Oh, yeah.
That's how much.
I don't like it.
That's how much.
Give me money.
That's how much I can tell you. Both everyone loves Jenifa, and if you love, you will love
Thin line.
Thin Line. If you love to see your pastor, what they go through behind the doors, you will love. Beautiful movie. I was telling them that
They are very relatable. They are very
if that
relatable.
movie had gone the other way around, we Christians would have gone to do protests because we would have said, how can 2 Muslims do such a movie on a pastor? But the movie is very, very good. And I'm looking forward to seeing Seven Doors. That one you don't need to
Tonight.
go to the cinema. Just buy, subscribe.
Later.
Don't ask anybody for login. Subscribe on your own.
Bring business to Nigeria.
So that Netflix will not run away. Pay for your own Netflix and watch Seven Doors. And
Pay for your Prime subscription so that you can also watch Roses and Ivy.
It's Biodu Stevens at her best. And you know that Biodu Stevens,
Excellent.
she's always serving us hot like this. And when I saw the poster like this, oh God, I know it's another love thing.
Mr. Bob, why do you like love?
Why do I love love?
We all love love.
I should love it.
Love is okay.
We all love love.
Thank
And
you
it's
so
Christmas
much,
season. We should love one
Thank
another.
you so much for tuning in. I just discovered that we are going to be here on Christmas Day too, because Christmas is on the Wednesday. So just look forward to our Christmas
And please
special.
send rice and chicken to the studio, please.
Thank
If
you
you're
for
going to be here on Christmas.
thank you for listening, and make sure that it is a Nollywood Christmas for you. Thank you everybody for coming, and thank you for listening.
Thank you.